Buddy out. 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 We all
Hello,
fit.
my name is Lowell, pronouns he, him, and that's Dolfar talking to his dog. And we are playing another session of Imperium Maledictum, which is subtitled Plausible Deniability. This is the latest sort of 40K game from Cubicle 7. It uses the same base system as Warhammer Fantasy, the fourth edition. And I've actually picked up the book for that because I wanted to kind of compare the systems, and they're very close. They've got a couple of minor mechanical changes in terms of how they handle advantage, but there's a lot of similarities between the two. Also, if you've bought the printed version of Imperium Maledictum, there is a three-page errata on the Cubicle 7 website, which changes some things in there. So just be aware of that. But we are on a planet called Taurosin. Our groups are in the service of their patron Fortore von Grunt. They have been sent to this planet to get into the business of one of their patrons' rivals, Turbin Klaskalov. Uh, he is here in a city on Taurosin called Abraxan, and he is mounting an expedition, a excavation that is happening for a void ship out in the wilds outside the city, desert planet, hard-packed earth, blowing winds, all of that. There's a high wall around this city. So they've been told they cannot kill Turbin, but they do want to mess with his stuff. They want to have his expedition collapse. And when that happens, they want to take advantage of that to recruit some of these Votan folk that are in Turbin's employ to get them over to help your patron with his stuff. And you have basically a recording that you can hand off to them to make an offer to them. So you don't have to necessarily handle those negotiations without some support. You arrived here. You were greeted by Castimus Helius, who is an agent of your patron, who is present. He is a essentially kind of administratum person here in the city. He helped you out, got you a place to stay, arranged for bikes, or told you where to get bikes. And Dohard and Jetro went out to the excavation site. Dohard became a ghost and a ghost protocoled on through the encampment. Has a very strong sense of the layout and position and where everything is at on the encampment. They know that one of Klasikov's lieutenants is out kind of managing things there. They know that Klasikov's ship is here in the city itself, and he has some guards and some personnel there. Uh, while they were there, Jetra may or may not have seen something on the horizon that's still up for debate about whether, in fact, he did see some bikers. Jetro has jumped to a conclusion that the rest of the group seems somewhat skeptical of. Not to dismiss Jetro, but there was some question about Jetro's how do I put this crying wolf before on things, or validity or so there's some things there. But in the city, the group were kind of investigating. This is Greco and Sabian kind of investigating things, trying to find out about stuff that was going on. And while that happened, another ship came down. And this is unusual because the ship you came in on, they ships don't come here that often. And to have two come down in one day was unusual. And when you went to check it out, discovered that it is, in fact, in the service of the Adeptus Astra Telepathica. And there is a psyker hunter and his pet psyker that have come down, and they are apparently looking for Von Grunt. So, like, there's something going on with that. And I believe the other thing that you found out was that there have been some strange murders in the city. And that's sort of where we left off last time, was with the four of you together, gathering your resources back. Night falls with a suddenness. It goes from being bright lights out, then there's just a couple of maybe 10, 15 minutes of twilight, and then it goes absolutely dark. And it is the lights go on in the city, and you can tell that when night falls, it gets cold here. The temperature drops precipitously, and you'll hear the winds pick up as the thermal currents change. And you're probably now hearing like imagine like 100 bug zappers going off around the top of the wall is the static barrier to keep the sand from getting too bad inside the city happens. Um, and it gets dark. This is not a city that spends a lot of energy or resources on keeping the streets well lit at night, except for the most main thoroughfares. Uh, we'll assume that you all have checked out and confirmed that the quarters that you have are safe, are unmonitored, and are relatively secure. And I think as you're doing that, um, I think that Jetro, you will get a call from the pilot of the ship that
Oh
brought you in,
yes,
the guy
of
who
course.
has the utmost trust in you.
Yeah,
Uh,
my good friend Man's Blister Brand. Yeah.
yeah, because you're a fellow pirate. He trusts you. Uh, he says, so I'm gonna have to. I was gonna stay around, but I'm gonna have to dust off here. Uh, and go to low orbit. Because there is an Imperial agent sniffing around. Uh, and I would rather not have the questions put to me about who I brought in and my relationship with Van Grunt and all of that. So you will be able to signal me. There's going to be a lag between you signaling me and me being able to get back down to planet, but I'm not, I promise you, I'm not leaving entirely. I just need to get out of here before things go wrong. You get
Man,
me?
man, say less. I appreciate the call. Totally understand. It's standard operating procedure for what we're going to be doing today. I understand. That leg time, it might mean that we need a hot pickup when the time comes. Are you ready to make that kind of pickup? I already said pickup. Listen, I'm kind of starting over my words today, but it's not important.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, no, no. He says, yes, depending on where you're at. Like, here's the thing. If the hot pickup is outside of the town walls a ways, that's cool. Dropping down hot into town without getting clearance is going to be a little more of a question because, of course, they've got city ordnance on the walls. So, just be give me the sig and try to give yourself some leeway, okay?
We'll do, man. Thanks for the call.
Okay.
Play it safe out there.
Okay. And I do think within about 10, 20 minutes of that call, all of you will hear the sound of the ship that you came in on as it fires off its engines and lifts back up into the sky.
So everybody, that was Mans. He just had to give me a call. Things are getting a little heated around the landing pad, so he's gonna be close, but not too close. He's still around for a rendezvous when we need him.
So it looks like he's abandoning us, but he's not abandoning us.
Of course, because as you understand, Savion, in our line of work, what someone looks like and what they are can be different things.
So we don't have a ride anymore.
we have a ride. We just have to call ahead of time when we can. Listen, it's not ideal. Mad Fist, I agree. It's not ideal. It's not the best case situation. And honestly, this whole job's going sideways between this, the person sniffing around, this agent,
Don't
the
say
orcs.
orcs.
I'm gonna say it.
Don't
I'm
say-
gonna say it.
don't.
There were orcs. There were orcs. I don't know why anyone doesn't believe me. You've all seen the skulls. And you know what else? And you know what else? Back in the last High Planet, I said, I bet something. I asked that noodle cart guy, what's going on with this midnight train, and he knew. And you all doubted me. You said that can't be real. That's not a real theory. And where did we find those skulls? I'm just saying, you say Jethro's making up stories, telling tales out of school. I'm not. I'm just telling you the facts as I learn them. Anyways, we should sort this out. We got to make plans. Those orcs are going to get in on what we need.
Well, the good news is that this is a bunch of trouble coming our way that we didn't have to generate. And will help us towards this mission. We need to figure out how to get this completed and step out of the town so we can get a pickup and get out of here. Because this feels like a powder keg. Right, Memphis?
Agreed. Orcs are not.
So
Also, I don't know if I want to be in town. I've been hearing about murders. You guys heard that in the bar? There was murders going on. I don't know if we want to stick around too long.
How much did we learn about the murders? Just that there's weird murders?
I think that's all you heard. You haven't had a chance to follow up on that yet.
It was something like, oh, maybe the psyker hunter's here because of the weird murders. I think it was something
Yeah,
like that.
That was exactly what was said.
Murders are the least of our problems.
Yeah, typical murders, the kind people don't talk about. But when people start talking about murders at the bar, those murders aren't good. They're not normal run-of-the-mill, hey, he owes me 10 solars murders, or, oh, he tried to steal
10?
my bike solars. Sabian, life is cheap out here in the galaxy. I don't know what you don't get. I only have 64 solars to my name right now. If somebody tried to take 10 off me, they'd be cutting me down 20% of my livelihood. Yeah, I'm not great at math either, Sabian, so don't try thinking about that.
Jethro is clearly very agitated. We should probably take care of what we need to do here and get him somewhere a little more calming.
Agreed.
So they do shut the city doors, gates at night. They lock those down. So you can certainly hole up until morning, unless there's something you want to do, unless you want to check things out, talk to people, whatever, here this evening before we move forward.
Our bikes, they hover?
No, they're wheeled.
They're wheeled, okay. Never
Yeah.
mind. So much for that idea.
Big,
We're not getting over that wall.
big wide wheels.
Gotcha.
I think I'm happy to kind of hunker down for the night and get ready to go out early in the morning. Unless you guys have unless there's any other plans you think might want to do to. We talked about last time. We talked about drumming up some trouble by, making it so the next shift couldn't get into the dig site to slow progress, mess with the lieutenant. I don't know if how we feel about that now that there's different heat on us.
Yeah,
The town. Sorry. I was going to say the city isn't shut down, right? It's just nighttime and
It's just
everyone's
nighttime. The people don't go outside the walls at night.
Right.
It's dimmer, but there's still nightlife. There's still people out talking, drinking, all of that kind of thing.
Maybe we can take Jethro's orc sighting, pass that on to I'm forgetting their names, the not dwarves.
The
that are
leagues of
working.
the Votan.
The Votan, except
yes.
the Votan are out at the dig, though.
Oh, they're all out at the dig?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. I don't want to go out there. All right. I thought maybe that we could use that as a scare tactic.
We could, if you wanted talk to somebody who's in town. We could talk to the crew who's going to go out on shift. We can go find them at a bar and say, "Oh, we heard there's some scary stories about orcs." Maybe that would deter them. Maybe some would still go out and then report. So that way, you're getting the info to the Voton would still happen.
Greco and I also discussed a little scheme for making it seem as if that ship is haunted.
That is right.
So
Indeed. And yeah, what's the strat there? How we want to do that? Tell some tales.
we've got a few things lined up to little tricks, sleight of hand, make them see some things that aren't there, maybe feel some things that aren't there.
All right. Sabian, this is beautiful. Hear me out. What if we find where this next shift is going to be, right? They're spending their solars. They're happy to make some money. We go there, we get in on a game. We start telling some tales. Orcs are coming because supposedly there's a crashed ship out there that's haunted by some orc stuff, right? We tie the two together because why not? And you can start sowing that seed, that idea that stuff's haunted. So whatever else you got planned can find a nice place to take root.
Fertile soil, yeah.
Yeah. How do we feel about that? Just a quick John out, find a nice game of cards, just a quick one. I'm sure we can get in and get out without much trouble.
Focus on the game of cards in your plan. I noticed that.
No, it doesn't have to be a game of cards. Sabian, the thing is, you got to understand when humans of a certain ilk, when they come back to town with their job money, they do a few things, and only a couple of them am I equipped to do at this current moment. So go to the bar, gamble, chat them up. I could do that. Yeah, I could do that.
You can do that. And that doesn't seem to put us directly in line of any of the myriad threats that are circling us, like sharks that have smelled blood.
Yeah, not directly.
Not until Lowell changes his mind.
So I hear that Jetro and Sabian are talking about going out to check in the barracks. Dofard, Greco, also going, or are you two doing something else? You are muted.
Did I actually mute myself thinking I was unmuting myself? I think that's what just happened.
Yes.
Great. Edfist, do you want to spread some rumors around the bar or make sure Sabian and Jethro don't run into any orc bikers?
I think we're good being backup. We'll let them run the ruse. We make sure no one's. We play support. I'm good with that.
That certainly sounds like a plan. I just have to do this so that it records this in HD.
Of course.
As you may recall. So there's NPCs here real quick. So yeah.
So just by sharing the screen, it'll do a...
If you screen share in Zoom when you're recording, then when you go to upload to YouTube, YouTube goes, oh, it's obviously HD.
Oh,
and in
wow.
fact, it'll actually record it. Zoom records it at a higher definition.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, it's wild. You can tell when you look at the size, it's about double the size between screen sharing for 5 seconds and not screen sharing.
Nice. All right. I'll have to remember that.
Yeah. So Sabian, Jetro, I think it is no problem for you to kind of walk through the streets. As I said, they've got glow lamps and stuff out here. But everything has that thin sheen of dust. So the light goes from being kind of bright white to yellowish amber. And the place itself kind of twisting streets. Some people are out. There are definitely some locals. The markets are closed down, mostly bars and things like that. You will see the local constabulary walking around in pairs, and maybe a little bit more tense than you might have otherwise expected. And I think you'll definitely get that general air of the locals maybe buttoning down a little bit more than they might otherwise. But I think we'll see essentially a space Quonset hut, with a static field, people sitting out, smoking, drinking. These are the workmen who are on their 1 week off shift. And I think just for the dramatic sake, like tomorrow, they are heading back out and swapping crew. And they're probably some locals who know them, who are kind of coming back and forth, and people selling them stuff. So it's not entirely unusual that you will head on over. How do you want to play this? Sabian, do you want to have Jetro take lead and then have you follow up? Or okay, I just do to check. Want to be sure on that
Yeah.
before.
Let him start talking, and I'll throw in a few words if I get him in edgewise.
So I guess for me, I would lead in, just kind of approach a group of them who are drinking and look like maybe they are playing cards, or even if they don't look like they are, I will still approach with, I heard this is a good place to find a game of cards. At this kind of hour, you guys got some solars to bet.
And I think that, you are clearly off-worlder. You're clearly not local. They'll kind of look at you. One of them, who maybe looks like he's got a couple more brain cells than the others, will say, did you come in on that ship today?
The ship today? No, but that was wild, right? There's two that came in today.
Yeah. Oh,
It's not
okay.
normal.
Oh, yeah. No, I just hadn't seen you around. Are you a scavenger?
My interests, they're kind of all over the place right now. You might call me a speculator, really. I've heard of a few things. There's some dig sites going on. I thought maybe if I could get a few solars together, I could maybe start my own dig. I know that's what you guys are doing, right? You're working out a site out west.
We are trained labor brought in by our rogue trader. We're the ones overseeing the things, and then we've got locals on top of that.
Oh, so you're off-worlder too. I didn't realize. I thought you were a local boy.
No. This place, this backwater, and we're from the big place, and he names a shitty off-world, like tiny hellhole planet.
Oh,
We're from
wow, really?
Tatooine,
Yeah, so
the heart of
I'll
the
commiserate.
galaxy.
Yeah, I'll commiserate with him and say, oh yeah, I'm from, and I'll name my wretched scum hive planet that I'm from, to kind of get in good with him.
What is it you want to try and get from these guys? What's your goal here?
So my goal is to just get their, I guess my goal is to get their attention and to get their kind of their interest, right? I want them to let me in to sit, have a drink, maybe start playing some cards, start telling stories, whatever it is. But I want them to accept mine and Sabian's presence in the group.
Then I think that is a simple roll with rapport.
All right. My rapport is 50, and my D100 roll is 39.
39. So that's a level of success. So yeah, they'll make space for you. They kind of look up at Sabian. Someone will push a chair over for her. Things are maybe a little bit. This is the last night they have before they go out, and you can see that they're not drinking as much as they normally would. Clearly they've been instructed to be clear-headed when they head out in the morning. All
right, so I'm going to correct that. I'm going to have to go ahead and put a halt to that, because they're going to be out there working for a week. They should get the last bit of enjoyment that they can, right? I'll start trying to egg them on to loosen up.
Okay, that you will hear them say, I think with that one success level, they'll say, yeah, no, you don't know our boss. Plaskoff, he's a rogue trader guy. He'll come out, he'll give us the whip. And he's got his lieutenant, Kavesta, and she knows that we're under contract, and if we futz around, they will pull our shares faster than you can say.
Sounds like a good group to work for.
Pardon?
Sounds like a rough group to work for.
It is. It is. They're but you know, they're it's it's a living, and at least we're not working in some munitions factory on some hive world. So, Sabian, what is it you want to do here?
I mean, we're here, I think, less to get information than to suddenly drop clues in there with oh, aren't you guys worried about being out there? I've heard some
Okay,
scary shit about that ship, I would want to be drunk while I was on the site.
so I tell you what, I think this is going to be a presence role for you.
Okay, that's tolerable.
Yeah, because it's better than rapport for you.
Uh,
Is my presence with this considered helping or
Yeah,
aiding
I think if
Sabian in
you're
setting this up?
assisting, which means that you have Sabian has advantage on the roll.
Woohoo! All right, let me make sure I know what I'm up against here. I think it was 45. Yep.
45.
All right, come on, D100. 41 or 14.
14 is better.
Yeah, I'll take
That's
that.
3 success levels. What is the story that you're giving them? Before I go to Dolphard and Greco, what is the story that you are kind of trying to sell them here?
I mean, I think, Cody, if you agreed, the thing we are talking about ahead of time, that like we've heard it's haunted, and like people are seeing orcs, like they're saying there's orc ghosts. What even is that? Like,
And they'll say, well, yeah, we know that there's been some stuff in town. We heard there's some people got killed. They're kind of like people aren't talking about it, but we heard some stuff. But I, I, they kind of pushed us out. We're doing like rough labor now. Uh, we haven't been able to see much, but like I saw their entryway that they cleared. I don't know what it was, but it's not an orc ship, that's for sure. And like, I'm not even sure there's a human ship.
wouldn't want to trade boots with you guys.
At least they got those squatties in. They got their power armor and stuff, and they got them down there checking out the main stuff, getting things set up. I'm glad to be mostly working haulage and clearing, keeping the machinery going up top. I don't know what's going on in the week since I was out there last. And yeah, there's a general vibe amongst them, like they are a little bit nervous. There's some shit going down. Oh yes, very. And like they are clearly on edge. They're trying to hide it because they don't have anywhere to go. But there's definitely an air of uncertainty. Does that seem like a fair response there, Sabian?
Yeah.
Okay. Greco, Dolphard, you see, takes maybe half hour before Jetro and Sabian have kind of ingratiated themselves with this team. What did the two of you want to do?
I think I just position myself maybe at the bar, line of sight, so I can see Sabian and Jethro.
Okay.
Um, if I get some attention at the bar, I'm gonna be direct, and I will ask the bartender or the staff there. Hey, I just got here. I don't plan on sticking around here very long. Am I in danger? What's up with these murders?
Let's have you
Like,
make. No, I don't think you need to make a roll here. Say, we're not sure. Uh, People think it might be some kind of sand creature that got in the walls, something. I mean, this is a hell world. There's shit out there we don't know about. But like they found some bodies and they're empty.
The body's empty.
Yeah, like somebody cut them open and scooped them out like a melon. Nothing inside, no bones, no organs, nothing. Just kind of wet and sticky. Just
Hit me again. I don't
yeah,
like that.
I
I don't like the
know.
sound of that.
I know. People are nervous. Well, they're staying indoors. There've been, I think they found a fourth one last night, but I think it'll be okay because apparently the Imperium sent some kind of psychic inquisitor here. I mean, that's clearly why they're here.
Yeah, if it is, you guys. Oh, so these bodies, are they local? Are they all local bodies?
No, there was a worker, a couple of locals, and a trader.
Yeah, I don't trust that new ship either. They're probably using y'all as bait. I don't see them coming in here trying to put it into this mess. I think they probably want to get it alive or something like that. I want to sleep good tonight. I just want to make sure I'm safe. It sounds like I should just lock myself in too.
Probably.
All right.
Um, how loud are you being? You trying to keep a low profile?
If Sabion and Jethro look like they're fine,
Yeah,
then
they're across the
yeah, then
courtyard.
I will be a little bit loud, a little agitated, because now I'm worried about my safety. Right? Is this thing going to kill me? I was hoping you would tell me it's all local people, because then I would feel good, because I'm not local, but you don't really know. And can I get a third one? And so yeah.
Absolutely. Greco, what are you doing while Dolfart's kind of making a scene and Sabian and Dretra are over there?
I think I'm gonna play Overwatch to the Overwatch, right?
Okay.
They probably have some suppression folks. Some folks are so I'm gonna hang back. Mad Fist is being a little loud. Sapion, Jethro are doing their thing. I want to watch to see if there are watchers
Yeah.
on them.
Nice.
I think intuition or awareness.
Both stats I do not have memorized. So let me look. Oh God, why am I here? Oh yeah, I shoot stuff good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not going to go well.
Yeah, we should have swapped places, because I have a pretty good awareness and a pretty good intuition.
It's all good.
Hey, but you got those fate points, and they refresh every session.
Yes, which Sabian, you can reset your fate points.
I'll re-roll. This is fate point use number 1.
Okay.
So now I had that bonus one. So I burnt that one now.
Yep.
Right? Okay. It's like burning a hole in my pocket. So.
38. So
It's the best I'm going to get.
A minor miss there. I think that what you will pick up is that there are a couple of people that are in the bar that have clearly heard Dolfart's talk and the off-worlder and things like that. And you see them clearly make note of him and maybe mark him out. You're not sure whether they're locals, whether they're local authorities, whether they're additional agents that came in with the psyker, but you are kind of being observed and noted.
How sandy do their clothes look?
Nice.
Okay.
Rich's intuition is a little higher than 21.
Yeah, let's
Not 24 maybe.
I think that's a fair question. I think that they They have that light dusting of people who just came here today.
Yeah. You said there were a pair, 2 of them?
Yep.
Okay. Just hang back, nurse my drink. I'll follow them when they leave, though.
Yeah. You will see them stop, and you will see them pull out one of those picked recorders. And you will see them aim a picked recorder at Dolfard and take his picture.
That sucks that they signed their death. Damn it. This could have gone peaceable.
Yep, you hate to see it.
And then you'll see, like, they take the picture and then they put that away, and they drop some coin on the table and they head back out.
Which one of is there one that looks like they're the primary and the other's the backup? Are they equals? Was there
Yeah, it's
a
hard to
relation?
tell right now with the role that
Fair
you
enough.
had to
Yeah,
kind of
that's
get
fair.
assessed.
I'm following out.
Okay.
Yeah, if I see Greco leave,
and
I
you've
give him a
got
little
comms too, don't forget.
yeah, I will follow Greco if he leaves.
Okay.
I'll stay. I'm not gonna wait for you,
Right.
but I will. And you can feel free to move away from me, but I will give you a quick update. Yeah, those 2 are watching you. One took a picture of you. They're heading out. They came in today.
I want to make a roll before I move back to Sabian and Jetro. Greco, I think you have the advantage that, like, their eyes are on Dolfard, like they're watching for him. So you're a little less obvious as a thing. They haven't spotted or made that you're with him. So I think it is stealth roll at +20.
Good. I have a 50-50 shot with something like that. Oh. Oh, man, that hurts so much. Missed
But
it
that-
by 2.
That's what those fate points are about. We got plenty. The night's young.
Dolfard's gonna spend all your fate points before we get to the first break.
Nope.
Nope.
I'll take it. I'll take
Okay.
a slight
We'll
failure.
we'll come back to that. They're certainly not going to ambush you, but they are going to see you. And note on that, Sabian, Jetro, like, we'll assume that, like, you are updated through your pieces about the status with Madfist and Greco, and that they are heading off and kind of leaving you 2 on your own. What else do you want to get out of these folks, Jetro? What is it you want to, I mean, do you want to try and get them inebriated? Do you want to increase the pressure on them? Do you want to find out other information? See what you can get? What do you think?
Oh, so many ideas. No, we told them our stories. We scared them a little bit. We put them on edge. I think after Sabian kind of tells this spooky story and the worker talks about the entranceway to the ship that they saw that they don't want to get involved with, I think, yeah, then Jethro says, kind of is like, all right, enough of that. I'm getting a little too spooked for myself. Let's pass the drink around. Let's deal some cards. And I think he wants to keep them up a little late. I want to leave. I know that the Dolfard and Greco have kind of dipped out, but I don't want to make it an immediate, like, oh, that's suspicious that those 2 just left. It's like suddenly. So instead, it's like, okay, let's stick around for like another half hour, get a few drinks, play some cards, and then be like, okay, we got to head out now.
Let's have you make a rapport roll to kind of lower the efficiency of this group, cause some problems later on down the road.
Here it comes. What does that
one.
say on the screen? What does that say?
That
I'm
says
done
an
here.
OT
You don't
1.
even
That
need
says
me
a
anymore.
critical success. So 5 success levels.
Why?
So
Why?
Sabian, I think it ends up like you're here a little bit longer than half an hour, but I think that like the spooky stories, the way you've kind of amplified them, Jetro stuff, like they break out the liquor. They're passing it around. Their foreman comes through like once or twice. It's like, come on, guys, you need to wrap it up. And they're like, yeah, another 10 minutes. And then they keep going. And it's very clear that in the morning they are going to hate themselves. Just given the amount of alcohol here. Sabian, what do you want to do?
I mean, I feel like that's mission accomplished.
Yeah, kind of does. But you sticking with Jethro?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, he's rolling ones. I'm not going to wander off.
Can I have you please make a psychic mastery roll?
No. Yes, just a straight.
Straight psychic mastery roll, yeah.
That's right. My good luck's gonna wear out, rub off
Yeah.
on you.
2 levels of sickness? Yeah.
I think that as you
I'm
are sitting
learning.
there is a moment when you kind of start hearing some ringing in your ears. And like the world will kind of tune out, and you'll concentrate and you'll feel like a scan wave move slowly kind of over you. And you dampen yourself down. You keep yourself quiet. You keep yourself still. You hold on to that, your abilities. And after a few minutes, you'll feel that scan move on away from you.
Part of me's like, I want to use my condemn the witch power, but that's probably a bad plan.
Yeah, you need to find him first.
What, is he in my head?
There was a scan passing over. You could let him in your head and then he would know you were there, and then you could condemn the witch.
Yeah, okay, I won't do that yet.
Oh, are you sure? Okay. Greco, city streets. You get a couple of blocks away from the bar. Part of the problem is that, you don't know this area. They don't know the area that well either. And I do think it is that there is a moment when you kind of step out into them, like real close by. Maybe not entirely obvious, but they saw you at the bar. You're now kind of close to the spaceport, and they're kind of talking to each other when you pop up, and they look at you, and they're clearly like, they saw you at the bar. Now you're kind of right behind them, and they just kind of look at you. What do you do, Greco?
Do they appear armed or armored?
Basic, standard armor, probably flak like yourselves. You can tell that essentially they've got probably las pistols.
I
But
start
at this
walking towards
moment,
them
yeah, okay. And
openly. You came in on that ship tonight.
yeah, you don't look local.
No. Tell me about the hunter on board. What are you? You're after. I heard there was a reward. Some Van Gump.
Like, you haven't made yourself an obvious threat. You're kind of throwing things close to them, but I think this is going to be a rapport test to keep them at their ease.
Sure.
Plus
Not great at
20.
that either. Plus 20. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't even suggest fate because I rolled an 11, so I don't need it.
So that's a critical.
Yeah.
That's doubles under what you need. And you see that their eyes brighten. They're like, yeah, we're with the Adeptes Astrica Telepathica. And we are here looking for a man named Van Grunt or his agents. We're not sure who is here. Rumors were unclear, but more importantly, we're pretty certain there's an unsanctioned psyker here. And there's good coin, very good coin, to the person who hands them over to us.
I could use a few solars.
What have you heard? You heard anything? They kind of lean in.
So I haven't heard of this Van Gump, Grunt, whatever you said. But Klaskalov has a psyker working for him. Kavesta Ickermund.
And the other one says that's Klasikov's person who's out at the dig site. That's good information. What's your name?
I give him a fake name that I've heard Mad Fist or Jethro drop at some point. Jethro. I mean,
my name is Jethro.
no.
You see him reach into his pocket, and he will pull out. See him look at you. You look pretty serious and stuff. He says, "Where are you staying?"
I'll point out to the hostel or whatever.
Look, here's 50 solars.
Mm.
If you hear anything else about what's going on, you come and tell us.
How do I find you?
I will, if we're not at the ship, I'll tell someone who's there that you're a person who might fill them in.
And I'm not going to make you come up with names, but I will say,
Sure.
Who should I ask for?
Okay. Yeah, he says this would be a doorman who's standing watch on the ship.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I think you hear the other one go, well, that confirms. I mean, we picked up psychic residue. There's definitely an unsanctioned psyker here. So, and they'll turn away from you and start walking back towards their ship.
That sounds great to me.
Okay. And Badfist, I think you'll catch up to where Greco is at.
That's fantastic. That's better than my plan B. I love it.
I didn't take the pic they snapped of you.
That's all right. We know what they're looking for, and I'm not it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought too. But glad you're not too tweaked over that.
Oh,
Good.
no. We do good work.
Yeah.
Just like old times.
You'll see
Maybe.
a city guard kind of walking along, kind of walks awkwardly over towards you two. Citizens?
You find that murderer?
Still looking.
I got to go get locked in, man. It's crazy out here. You have a good night.
You too. Have a good evening.
Pooped out from the inside?
From the inside.
Damn.
I really couldn't say.
Okay.
Move along, citizens. Move along.
Thanks for protecting us the best of your ability.
No nod. And the two of you will head back. We'll
Yes.
assume Sabian, Jetro, you will meet up with Greco and Dolfard. and the four of you can head back to your quarters. Crash, lock yourselves in for the evening.
Jam the door up.
Yeah. I think you'll definitely hear, maybe 4 or 5 in the morning, you'll definitely hear the sounds of some like local klaxons and alarms going off. That'll go on for maybe half an hour and then kind of dies off. And I
Spotty
think
number 5.
when you are getting up in the morning and they're putting the slop on your tray for the food service there, kind of blue milk and beans, and you know, the woman who runs the place says, "Oh yeah, found another body last night. Killed a guardsman this time." Let's take our first break here, and then we'll continue on. Take 10.
Excellent.
And we're back. So yeah, you'll pick that up in the morning. There, the murder is all the talk of the town. The fact that they found this body of this guardsman, another one hollowed out, the landlady says. She makes sure to say that as she's dropping another plop on your soup on your
Does
plate.
she say it like that though?
Yeah, hollowed out.
We gotta
You
get
know,
off
I
this
wouldn't
planet.
say it like that if you don't want to be like, have a suspicious eyes on you. You know, I wouldn't say it like that. Is all.
Suspicious? We're locals. You're outworlders. Who's more suspicious?
Well, I'll go ahead and take my
So
plate and continue on.
I said, "Good day, sir." Opticus. So you will see when you get up and are kind of moving around in the morning, that there is activity there by the main gates. You'll see that there are a couple of heavy duty, essentially space deuce and a halves out there. They've got for hauling the workers and things out, kind of heavy convoy. You'll notice that they have some riflemen up on the roofs of those. And you'll also see that there seems to be some couple of the foremen and another couple people there seem to be some argument going on generally about the condition of the workers, and the foreman's getting chewed out for how, rough everyone looks. And I think you'll see Turban Klaskalov. He is there. He has with him a guy who is very clearly his personal bodyguard standing by him, whose, hand is on his pistol. He is looking around, kind of surveying the area consistently. And you'll see a lieutenant who we've heard, his name is Matt Freed, who's the one in town. He's kind of listening, not listening to this, seems distracted. But eventually you'll see the woman who's running the convoy haul herself up into the cab, hit the burn to say, "We're leaving now." And they all get loaded up. And, these are big multi-wheelers that roll out. And then you'll see Klasikov's hover yacht take off with his crew and follow behind the convoy, and they all head out. The one lieutenant, Matt Freed, is still there. He heads back towards the Klasikov ship, and you will see a couple of people who now, Greco, Dolfard, from your observations last night, are clearly part of that psyker hunter team that are watching the whole convoy thing very carefully. They don't intercept it, but they're kind of clearly keeping an eye on things. What is the next move?
I wish I knew. What do we think? Do we go out during the day and kind of do some more surveillance on the site and see if things pop off or if work gets slowed up? What do you got, man?
The shift change, it's a weekly thing?
Yeah. So what's going to happen now is there's going to be a couple of 3-hour ride for them out to the site. They're going to disembark. They're going to load the people from the site on. They're going to transfer supplies and materials. And then that convoy thing is going to come back.
See, this is hard, right? We got this constraint of not killing anybody and not hurting anybody.
No, those constraints aren't really there, really. Just the one. Just the one guy. Plaskolov cannot be killed, harmed, maimed. All those things probably are on the table. Speaking of, we have those blast charges, right? That was the thing we have.
My thought is we could gum up the works if we grab one of these lieutenants that facilitate the shift change. There's the one guy that stayed behind. I feel
Matt Freed.
Matt Freed.
Yeah. He looked a little distracted, maybe a little like disorganized when you saw him at the convoy thing before he headed back to the ship.
And we can just tie him up, stash him someplace. We don't have to kill him or anything like that, right? He's just indisposed 3-4 days, or shift change, right? That bogs things up, I hope. But the other thing I just thought of was whatever Jethro saw out there, maybe we make contact with those folks. Maybe we can help them.
Are not making contact with no orcs.
Maybe we can help accelerate whatever it is they got planned.
I don't know if the enemy of my enemy is my friend in this case.
I don't know that they're my enemy.
I mean, what if they are orcs?
You said that, or yeah. I don't.
I know it's Jethro reporting it, but even a broken clock.
Right. No, you're right. Lore-wise, are orcs like Klingons? It is incredibly hard for us to befriend some orcs.
Let's have you make a lore roll.
I thought lore-wise, the orcs were like soccer fanatics.
They are like hooligans, but how friendly are these hooligans? Let's find out.
That was a rich statement, not a Greco, just to be clear.
Yeah,
Can we not meet them somewhere in the middle? We're trying to help them out. 1D100. My lore is 32, I think.
Yeah.
Look at that, baby. I know something.
So one of the things is, like, there can't be a significant orc presence here on this planet. You know that there are various pockets of them that are left around in places. Basically, the Imperium here, when they've got pockets of them, they only deal with them when they like get too big in number. It's just not worth the energy and time to hunt them down. And they tend to be like the ones that are around that are on planets like this tend to be less full wog, let's kill everything, and to have a little more human traits to them, probably have interacted with human civilization more. They are, though, fucking insane. Like, yes, they might not be like an orcish wog of Burn the Universe, but they're very much, as Rich put it, furious Rhodicus.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's like they're probably led by a dude named Dementus, and it's like unironic. Like that's just his vibe.
Or we antagonize them and then run them to the site. Make them chase us.
I like all of that. That sounds
I-
great.
I don't know how we do anything without being out there, right?
Right. I think we got to be out there. Yeah,
Yep,
I agree.
I agree. Let's get out there.
So we got bikes. We know you have access to those.
Yes.
Is there anything you want to do, check in on before you leave?
I grab those explosives
Okay.
because you never know.
Yeah, good call on that.
I'm curious if a little searching turns up the whereabouts of the psyker hunter and his entourage.
Sure. Let's have you make a intuition roll. Fabian, I'm leaning into your strengths here.
I appreciate that. It did not help. I'll use a fate point.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So you will definitely pick up that some of the psychers, like personnel, are clearly now asking around about Klassikov, asking around about that expedition, kind of following up on that and checking around. And the psyker hunter has been apparently asked to come and look at the murder site. And he and his assistant, the Hound, have been are kind of like making nice with the locals by, they're not helping with the investigation, but they're at least showing. And they are perhaps a little bit concerned because psychers, when they go mad, can be instruments of chaos. So this might be an indication of some chaos, tainted psyker who has reached into the warp too deeply, who is committing these murders.
It wouldn't happen that way. Who was it that Greco tried to throw under the bus? Was that Kavesta?
Yeah, the woman who's out at the dig site, the lieutenant who's out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she coming in with the convoy that's coming back? Do we know?
It's not clear.
Okay. Love that. Is the psyker hunter for or Lycone Al Saladat? I think it was Al Saladat.
He is El Saladat, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he is busy in town, at least for now. So yes, let's leave town. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and that's right. His hound is named Hate Ape. Okay.
So, the only reason I'm not is because it was already taken.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything in town before you take off? Getting equipment, checking in with people, that kind of thing?
I think it's a little bit past the point, but I think Jethro wants to either dirty up his look or swap out for like a new jacket or something. I think yesterday and last night, he got clocked for an off-worlder too many times too fast. And he just kind of wants to blend in a little bit more. Then again, I'm sure being out in the outside of the city, it'll quickly dust him up. But
sure, drop 10 solars and you got it.
Oof, I can expense that when this is all done, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you just keep a receipt for your patron.
All right, I'm adding local clothes to my inventory.
So I think the three of you will note when Jetro comes back, he's definitely gone native, and has his local outfits, more dusty. Looks like he blends in. He does a good job.
I got big goggles.
That's good in case we got to go to plan hostage, right? You could be that. You could be that hostage.
Always thinking several steps ahead. Yep.
I like it.
That's you and that's me. That's why I did this. So we should I guess we're ready to go. Anybody else got any things they need to do? These real quick, these bikes, did we say they I feel like last time I was like, I want to get a bike that has a sidecar, but how are we doing the bikes? Is it like one individual bike for each of us?
That is exactly the question I was about to ask. It is your call. There needs to be at least 2 bikes, and each of those can have a sidecar, or everybody can be on a bike. It's up to you. The role for riding the bike, for driving it, is piloting. That means that Sabian is one of the best of all of you at
I'm in the sidecar that Sabion is piloting.
Okay.
Dibs, dibs, dibs.
Okay.
Perfect.
I think
I also wanted to be driving with either Greco or Mad Fist, like locked and loaded in the sidecar with their gun.
You good with that?
I am. I think that makes sense that both Greco and I are armed, riding shotgun, as it were.
Absolutely. So yeah, and I want you to picture if you like if you've seen the Judge Dredd Lawmasters, like how they draw them in the comic books with the really wide tires, that's the kind of thing that we're seeing. Big bikes, sidecars on them, but very much junk constructed. And the group of you will roll on out into the desert. Now, my assumption is that basically you want to get to the point there near to the excavation site, and then kind of decide what you want to do from there.
Yeah, I think if we could get back to where Mad Fist and I scoped out the day before,
Yeah.
Get to that
Yeah.
point and then go from there.
If you're just doing that, then I don't think there's any kind of navigation role that's needed. The weather's mixed. I mean, there's some dust storms and things like that, but it's not too heavy, not particularly clear. But you can get back up over to that ridge that the two of you were watching the excavation site from. And I think you will see the 2 hauler trucks pull up, and they start unloading people and things. And, Klassikov lands his ship there. He gets out with his people, and you will see them go over to the place that you earlier saw the Voton were. And he clearly goes to talk to them. And work on site seems to have kind of stopped while this changeover is going on. Like, this is clearly going to take a couple of hours. They're unloading things, they're refueling things. It's kind of a mess. And there's a lot of yelling at the guys who are newly arrived. Like,
Nice.
clearly they are still somewhat pissed. So yeah. So what do you want to do? Do you want to hang around till nightfall? Do you want to go and start looking around to see if you can track down any signs of these other people who are out here?
If this changeover is gonna take a couple hours, would it be a good idea to try and sneak in now while work is halted and there's a lot of bustling bodies? Because it was like, let's gum up the works, let's not hurt, kill, clash the clock, but also if we could get if we could get away with anything, it would be ours, right? So it's like there is a bit of an incentive to see if maybe we can scrounge anything while we're able.
I think that makes sense.
Interesting.
Makes sense to me.
Okay.
So into the ship itself.
I think it'd be into the site, and then we'd see what we can find. It maybe the ship's open. It sounds like what you heard there was, but
Rich thought we got to go in the ship. Like, let's just come up with a reason to go in that damn ship.
I mean,
absolutely. Let's. Who is going to lead this group action for stealth here?
I'm at 46 for stealth,
Okay.
and I'm a stalker and a burglar.
I got 50, but I think Mad Fist has all the specializations that'll really kick it into high gear.
Okay.
Let me see what these do first.
I think the advantage I'm going to give you with Skulker is that I'm not going to give you any kind of penalty for leading a group action stealth roll. Like, I'll give you your standard roll to lead the team in. And you also have the camo cloak. So if they do get spotted, you can hide and leave them behind.
That's my plan. Somebody's got to stick around.
Just 3 people skulking around.
That's right. Just 3 people.
So Madfist, we established that you know the layout from last time, so I'm going to give you an extra success level from that kind of scouting that you did with the critical last time.
Okay.
So basically you want a 56 or below.
All right. Dang, look at that. Woo!
So that is 3 success levels. So that is a pretty good success.
I bring the explosives with me.
Okay. That's always good to know. Yeah, that's impressive success. You do it with style.
Yes.
The team of you, one of the things is Greco, you've been in the field with Madfist, right?
Yes.
So I assume we see like what is the like is it hand gestures? Is it comms? Like what is the back and forth of the two of you, working together look like, Greco?
I think it's comms, but we have our own speak going on.
A
Yeah.
little bit of army talk, kind of
Little
over
bit
the
of the whiskey tango foxtrot stuff. A little bit of that, a little bit of remember that time when nickname of person pulled that one thing? Oh yeah. Yeah. That
and the Votan are clearly talking with Klassikov, so that's there. You'll see that woman in black, Carmund, is over there with them as well as his bodyguard. Other people are like there's a general like scrum of the people who are getting off the shift and the people who are on, and clearly they are the newly arrived people are telling them like all the horror stories and shit that they've heard last night. And so that's
Nice.
starting to spread like a little virus. And that's going on. And you can make your way and you will find that there is probably the easiest thing is there is like a simple equipment loader thing that will lower you down the shaft down to the ship. Because as I may remember, there's an excavation shaft. And apparently the entryway is at the bottom.
Right.
And the 4 of you will climb on that and it will descend down into the darkness. And it takes a while. This thing is not particularly fast. The 4 of you are on this sledge that's suspended by 4 wires. It goes down slowly. There's probably a couple of times when it bumps against the wall and you're hanging on.
How tight is the wall to the sled?
Well, it's running kind of along the edge, the side of the shaft, so
Okay.
it bumps against where there's some
Okay.
roughness. But the shaft itself, like across, is about 30, 40 feet across. Like
Okay.
they've done some serious industrial drilling here. And you will get down to the bottom, and there's equipment down here. It's all turned off, but there's equipment and haulers and things set around. Those of you, no one here is particularly tech savvy, let us say.
I mean, do you want something broken or what?
Yeah. But yeah, like there are clearly those things. One of the other things you'll get the sense of is they've cleared away things. Maybe these big excavator things they haven't been using for a while, because you will kind of turn and look and you will see they've carved out of the side of this shaft a space, and there is an enormous 30-foot tall doorway kind of that slides back that is open, and it with the lights that you have, you kind of goes into the gloom of this, and it's a big ship, and black metal ship. They've got the doorways open. There are probably a line of lights that are there that You probably want to wait until you get inside to turn on, so that people upstairs don't see the light coming from down here.
Right.
But the four of you will walk in, and again, think Alien for that kind of weird scale of things, where the ship itself is kind of bigger than it ought to be. So you're not sure if this is a cargo thing or something else, but even with everyone's relatively modest lore, as you look around, you realize that this is definitively not from the Imperium. It is not from man. It is not from the Horus Heresy. It's not from any of the ancient periods. This is Xeno. It is from beyond.
Can
And
I attempt a lore roll to see if I've seen anything similar to this?
sure, this is a difficult
heard
lore
of it?
roll, so roll your lore at -20.
Minus 20, so I need a 2. Easy,
Yeah,
easy.
easy peasy.
And I will make the sign of the
37.
Emperor.
Listen, it's absolutely not.
Do you want to reroll? We got 8 points.
You know, a fate for 2% chance. Or I could, hope for a 20 if I got advantage somehow and I could swap it. No, I probably should pass.
Okay.
I probably shouldn't.
Just,
I think
just saying.
yeah.
You're losing money. You're going to end up at the end of the session with extra fate points, and you'll be like, I really wish
All right,
I
you convinced me. I'm
spent
doing
that
it.
point.
63 is worse. All right, well, there we go.
I love my job. So yeah, like this is like nothing you've ever seen. And you will all begin walking down into this place, and it remains huge and black and metal. I think what I would like is everyone to make an intuition roll for me. This will kind of determine if folks can find anything here.
Okay.
So, Greco, what do you
Keith,
got?
what happened?
That's good. Perfect.
So Greco's got a 96, so that's a fumble.
Yeah. What about Sabios? Don't lose sight of
And
that.
hey.
Oh,
It's so far
Savion's got
down.
100. That's a
It's so.
fumble.
Why would you do that? That doesn't help you. It doesn't help you.
No, it does. It helps me, the player, because it is amusing.
Jetro has double fails, so that's also a fumble.
I
Oh,
forgot that
look
doubles
who's
were a fumble.
talking
I
big
hate
now.
this.
And Madfist,
Keith,
what'd
you
you
rolled
get?
100. It's the worst possible.
Madfist,
I got a 13.
Got a 13. Before I go on, is anyone spending fate points?
I feel like I'm
Yeah.
good.
I spit a fate point. Fuck. Still a miss,
Still
but
miss.
at least not a
Okay.
fumble.
I kind of want to see what's going to happen at 100.
Absolutely.
It must be my camo cloak. That's what it is.
Yep. Jetro, are you re-rolling?
No, I think 100 and a crit fumble fail or whatever we call it, a fumble.
Yeah.
I gotta honor that. That's tough.
So you all are walking along, and I think it is that, you're kind of looking. They've clearly explored a good portion of this place. They've started to move in. They've managed to wedge some doors open. They clearly been working at other doors, and they haven't figured out how to open them up. And there are, various panels and things that you're trying to figure. You've also got like the Votans have clearly set up some equipment down here. They've got some material, additional tools and things. The sense that you have, I think, Greco, Madfist, is that they maybe aren't entirely clear on like what this place is or how it operates, and so they're trying a bunch of different things to figure that out. Does that seem like a reasonable way to describe that?
Mhm.
That they're not certain about
Sure.
things. But I think that we will see Sabian, Jetro, your eyes will be drawn over to a place where they've clearly tried to get in and they've had no success with it. And you two are kind of looking at that. And Sabian, I mean, you have a kind of a mechanical, instinctual sense for things, right? And you will reach out and there's a little bit of a flicker, like a green flash that comes from your fingertips as it goes near one of these panels. And you will see the panel actually light up. And you will see there's a noise and the panel lights up, and this door that clearly the Votan have been trying to get into starts to open up.
This is
And
easy.
yeah. Let me think. And it will open up and it's darkness, and then there's light that comes out from the darkness. And let me tell you that the light is kind of this weird yellowish green, and you will see these three figures move forward, glowing green. They look like three enormous metal skeletons. And you will see these three Necrons pictured in the NPC tab begin to move forward, and they raise their weapons. Sabian, Jetro, I need both of you to make fear tests.
Oh, lol, you're just like, hey, you guys fumbled, get absolutely blasted to pieces. I love it.
So these are fortitude rolls. If you could please make a fortitude roll, Sabian. Oh, no, actually, wait, hang on. Fortitude or presence, I think either one is fine for this. I'm sorry, you muted, Sabian? You made
Yep.
it. Okay. Jetro.
All right, so same thing, fortitude. Here we go, 35. Okay, I'm going to use a fate point to re-roll this one. I think
Good
that it
man.
is prudent at this point.
That might be.
It got worse.
It
I
got
have one
worse.
left.
Okay.
I have one left, and I think I'm going to use it again. I can. It can only get better than 87, right? It
Sure.
truly can't go to
I
fumble.
can think of
I
13
mean,
ways it can get worse.
oh boy. 38. Okay, I just barely fail. I
Still
just
Just
fail.
barely
barely failed. So you now have the condition frightened.
Okay. Okay.
All is fate for frightened. Frightened sounds fine.
You have advantage on awareness and intuition tests from now on.
Mm-hmm.
You have disadvantage on tests to confront the source of your fear.
We're not staying long. It's fine.
Okay. It's a
Let's be
challenging
honest, Jetro's not a-
discipline test to remove that.
Challenging is minus 20. Is that right?
It's straight up 0. Yeah, it's just challenging to remove that. So they're going to go, Mad Fist and Greco. Then the Necros are going to go, and then Sabian and Jetro are going to go. Mad Fist, Greco, you are a little bit away, and you turn and you hear that sound, and then you're like, what did they do? And then you see this trio of Necrons step out of the darkness, guns raised. Mad Fist.
So what do we know about Necrons?
Yeah, what do we know
So
about
Necrons are a xeno race of undead robots that killed their gods to essentially make themselves into this race. They are very dangerous. They are slumbering figures that can be awoken. They're not generally found in places. You know that they're particularly dangerous because they do have what they call infiltrators, Necrons that can get inside human societies by climbing in the skins of humans and walking around.
that sounds
Uh, so
Those are murderers.
so uh, and they're very nasty. You know that laser fire is more effective against them than ballistic fire.
I have to say, we were supposed to upset the apple cart here, and I think we've done a really good job.
Agreed, but we're also supposed to survive.
It was not in our briefing. We weren't supposed to kill that guy. It said
that was
nothing about
assumed.
surviving.
It's in the fine print, Sabian.
I don't know if Angrud really cares if we come back alive or not, but
but I care.
that's a discussion
I
for another
care.
time.
He absolutely cares about me. I'm his favorite employee. You've seen this.
We all got those certificates, Jethro.
Yeah. You until that other team that were before you got killed, they were his favorite. The
He's
cycle
right.
perpetuates itself. Greco, what do you do?
Well, based on what I know, I just looked over all my talents. I think I've chosen poorly. I never get to use my talents. I just am not a talent using kind of guy. So I'm gonna lasgun these folks.
Yeah.
Chainsword is also particularly probably effective against them.
Yeah, but that means I'm real close. And you
does.
said we are not real close. Now I do have a spread. I get the spread trait with a
Right.
two-handed weapon because I have two-handed cleave.
Yeah, so with your chainsword, you can like hit multiple people when you swing it.
Are they close enough for me to be able to do that?
You could run up and take your move up on them and swing with spread on that. Yeah.
Sounds really fun. Too rich the player.
It does.
So I just have to check. Are these things that can be killed, or is this like
Oh yeah,
fighting
they can be
Cthulhu?
killed.
Okay.
They are metal skeletons.
But sometimes when you kill them, they get to roll a d6, and on a 6, they like come
That's
back.
right. They
It's a
get back
whole
up.
thing.
Nice.
On the tabletop, at least. Maybe not in this. I'm sure there's a rule for it.
Cool.
You don't put Necrons in your game.
I am closing, so I assume Mad Fist gets a shot off before I get to them.
Yeah, so let's resolve Mad Fist. Any shot that Mad Fist would make, and then...
Yeah. Well, I have my las carbine, so I will use that.
Okay.
I don't have anything extra on there because I don't have time to aim.
Yeah. So basically, Rich, what the chainsword is, when you do spread, you swing at the target. If you hit them, then the other adjacent targets to it actually have to make a test or suffer half that damage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then I will tactically move to some cover.
Okay. What are you supposed to cover down here? You're taking behind some of the machines or something?
Let me spend that fate point first.
Oh, are you with that 98? Because I'm loving that 98
Wow.
right now. Ba, 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 ba.
All right, that's way better. Way better. Maybe the holes are weird. Maybe they curve weird. Maybe right.
Yeah, you find the hallway that they've got opened up. You kind of dive into that, give yourself some cover. Your ranged is a 55, so that's 3 for your success levels, right?
Yes.
And what's the base damage on the las?
5.
5. So that is 8 points of damage. So it will hit them, and we'll see melt a section of that rib cage thing, and one of them will turn that big green rifle over towards your direction when they see the las fire. And Greco, you move up on them and are taking that swing. So
Before I roll the dice, I'd just like to go back in our chat to it's like 36 minutes ago. and
yes,
Cody said, "Remember how good we rolled that last hour, man."
Right? He should know better than that, right?
I knew it. I knew it was happening. We would roll too well for too long. I knew it was going to go bad.
Oh man, this could be bad for them. I have rolled a 15, which means my test is a 55.
so that
So-
is 4 levels of success. And what's the base damage with your chainsword?
Base damage with the chainsaw is 3 plus stir B.
Strength
don't-
bonus, which is another 3. So 6 plus
Yes.
4 is 10. And let me check what Rend does.
Yeah, and it's rend 2. I don't know why the 2 is after that.
So
that means
that
you
actually
kill.
no, that what that does is actually reduces their armor.
Oh, neat.
So
Nice.
that's 10. So you hit that one that Mad Fist hit, and you will lay into it, and the chainsword's going around. Let me make rolls for the other two, their saves here. 1.
What
Oh,
is
no.
going on, Lowell? Can
Well,
we use
good
fate
thing
points
I
to
got
make you
those
reroll?
out of the way, because otherwise those would have been crit attack rolls. So the other 2 don't get hit,
Wow.
but tell me what
Like,
that
what about
looks like.
pirouettes, I think. It's
Yeah,
just
they
amazing.
fall back. Rich, you see what these things look like. Tell me what the chainsword does is you fuck this thing up.
I've used the chainsword in combat before, and it is usually much more visceral. But this is almost like taking a chainsword against a chain link fence. The sound, I think there's a bit of a white bone spray as it powders.
Yeah.
But most of it's cutting through the armor.
Yeah, they're made of metal, and bits of bone. So there is both a bone spray and sparks, and the spark, like the bone catches fire, as it does it, and the green spray, and it will tear through, and this thing crashes to the ground. The other 2, one of them is going to take a shot at Jetro. And the other one is going to take a shot at Sabion. So now, this is a contest. This is a contest of ranged versus dodge. And which is a reflexes test, I believe. So this is my attack versus you, Jetro. You have disadvantage on this roll. So that will miss. So greenish plasma-ish beam comes far out, shoots past you. Sabion, this is my attack on you. Oh, I should probably hit the button there. That will hit. So I've got 3 success levels there. Give me roll reflexes.
Oh, I can't. Okay. Oh no, that was it's not good reflexes. Let me
Get out of those
see.
90s, bro.
Yeah, I'll use a fate point for that one.
Okay.
But I need to have one left because I'm gonna do some crazy shit. There we go.
What the what? So that's a crit. So that will drop this is success levels down to 0. What does that look like? Like what does a critical dodge against this Necron firing its plasma rifle at you look like?
So my goodness. So it was like this guy's gonna be totally toast. You know what? I think it probably is actually involuntary use of the warp. Is that what it is? Did I get that right? Where I just go like, when I see it ready to pull the trigger and the gun goes up and it ricochets off part of the ship.
Perfect. Perfect. I'm going to come back around. And we're going to do you all again. This time we will allow Sabian and Jetro to take actions in this first round before they go. Greco, I also want to remind you, you have superiority +1 in this combat, so you get +1 success level because from your thing from last time.
Oh, okay, cool. I meant to ask about that because I had it noted, and thank you very much.
Yeah.
For pointing that out.
Let's start with you because you're kind of closest up. You see those two
That's
fire
true.
nearby. Madfist?
I have that too. +1 superiority combat.
Me too.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
they
from
all-
training.
Yeah, the,
Yeah.
the training that you all
Okay.
did.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So
Remember your
Greco,
training.
Greco, you're closest. You see them fire, and mercifully they do not hit Sabian or Jetro. But you're kind of up near them. Madfist is taking cover, is taking a shot, missed. What do you want to do, Greco?
I will call out that I'm heading basically Lucy. I'm heading for the left one. Madfist knows not to fire on the left one because it might hit me. This is a rules question. I assume if I say I'm going after the gun, that means it's a higher TN to hit.
So what it is if you just say that you want to hit the gun and take it out, you would roll with disadvantage. But if you succeed, then you will hit the gun, essentially hit their arms. Do that for hit location.
Okay, cool. I think I'll just go for I do enough damage that I don't need to get fancy. I
Absolutely.
assume. So I'm gonna go for broke and try to chain sword it with center mass.
All right. It is going to attempt to get out of the way of this. That's a very bad roll, so I'm not going to get any success levels.
Oh goodness gracious. That is yet another very big success. +1 superiority.
So 5 plus 3 plus 3. So that's 11 with the rending on this thing. This chainsword smashes into this thing like it did the other one. And let me roll here real quick. But the other one will dodge the spread there. But you guess you sucked another critical out of my rolls here. But yeah,
I don't think that's how stats work, but okay.
yeah. Tell me, like you slashed across, did that? What's different about this strike with the?
Oh,
the
I think
chainsword?
what happens with this one is he tries to dodge out of the way, but he moves sluggishly, and I come sweeping across, and I'm imagining that he has one of those, I don't know what it's called, but one of you nerds will, big metal thing that comes up to protect your neck thing, and I hit that, and it starts to grind through, and I just shove the thing into the wall and lop it the rest of the way off and then across the wall itself. For a bit.
Absolutely. Get that nice gash in the wall as this thing goes down, the green light goes out. Mad Fist.
I open up on the one that's left standing.
Okay.
Uh,
Roll to hit.
Yes. With my last carbine. Ooh, not like that though. Do I have a? I do. So I'm gonna burn that one. I'm down to 1. Here's my reroll. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, good lord.
So the good news is your last carbine is reliable, which means
Yes.
that it does not break on that fumble.
Right.
But I think
Nice.
there is like you'll hear the of the kind of the misfire in the thing,
Right.
and you'll do that quick. You know how to hit the reset on it and get it up, but this shot does not fire off. Sabian.
So there's only one standing.
There's only
No.
one standing with this giant plasma rifle. Yes,
This has really changed my outlook on the whole thing.
absolutely.
I'm gonna break his gun.
Okay.
Let's do it. Abjuration Mechanicum.
Okay. So that is a warp rating of 2. Difficulty is +20, so roll 85 or less.
I'm not gonna get cocky about that, but here we go.
Huh.
All right.
I
I've
did-
still got the fate. I will use another one and have that last one for when something terrible happens next turn. There we go.
61. So that will definitely go off. 2 levels on that. So yeah, I think you
It
will.
should be 3 because I
3, that's right.
have what's it called? Psi focus.
High focus. Okay. 3 plus the superiority from your training. So yeah, I think you will. Well, that machine, what happens to it? Like what does your abjuration mechanicum look like with this, this big old rifle that he's got?
So I think with the I don't know if it was the guy that shot me, but if it's cool if I say it is, if that works. That like I had done the involuntary like this, and then we kind of got locked into like he was moving it to shoot and I'm moving it back, and like just the it like literally looks like I'm ripping open like gosh, I have the weirdest image. Have you ever seen someone rip an apple in half? Because
Yeah,
that's
yeah, like that twist and break.
Yeah. One of those things. If you haven't, look it up. It's very interesting.
Yeah. So I would like to say, if we may, just to kind of put it in the minds of folks, that I do think that there's something about the way that you do that Jetro, who is running on fear awareness right now, like sees something about that. Does that seem fair?
It wasn't subtle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Jetro, there's still a Necron there.
Yeah, there's still a Necron, and then there's this awful thing that's happening right next to me from my supposed ally. I'm afraid frightened gives me disadvantage or gives it challenging.
If you wish to do anything directly to the Necron, you have disadvantage.
Okay.
To clear that is you spend a round essentially to make a discipline test standard to get rid of that condition.
Okay. I'm just going to blindly, not blindly, I shouldn't say blindly. I'm going to fire my last pistol in terror at the remaining
Absolutely.
Necron.
So go ahead and make that ranged roll with disadvantage at the Necron that is by Greco.
Perfect. I have a 40.
Oh, come on!
Nice.
So that 3 becomes a 30. So you still hit. So what's the base damage on that last pistol?
5.
So that, and you needed that. So you're going to do 6 minus their armor. That. So you will hit it.
Okay.
But don't take it down. And I think that it reflexively leaps at you.
Does it make a reflex check against my shot? As you mentioned the word reflectively.
You hit it though, right?
I did. Didn't you say it's a contest where it's like one person shoots, the other person rolls their reflexes?
Oh, if they're making an active dodge.
Oh, okay.
This thing doesn't care.
Oh, good.
It doesn't care.
But you will get to make a reflexes test at disadvantage. Okay, so
we'll see about that.
So that will hit.
Okay, so reflexes are 45 with disadvantage. It's all right. I'm gonna roll really low again. I beat my reflexes with a 42.
So 42.
But I
So
don't
that is
know
0.
that
So
I
that will
succeed.
reduce the damage that you're going to take here. Let's roll a d10 and see where he hits you. He hits you in the 7. So he leaps
body.
at you and he jabs out that metal hand and it stabs you in the midsection with that. So you are going to take success rating of 3 becomes a 2 plus 5 is 7 points of damage.
Okay, I have 1 point of armor.
So you're going to
and then I
take
take
6 points of 6 wounds.
awesome. I'm down
What
to
is that
5.
like? What like is it does it actually jab into you? Is it just a cracked rib? Like what is that hit?
Oh, I think Jethro has brass knuckles, knives, sub automatic. He's got a lot of gear on his chest, like in straps and stuff. And I think the Necron kind of leaps forward and just like punches all of it into his chest. So it's just like like there's a lot of little points of blood now pouring from where various things have cut him.
Yeah.
But it's awful.
Wind knocked out of you there as you fall back from it. Greco, this Necron has leapt over and is up in melee with Jethro. Close combat there.
Yeah, I probably should have mentioned I have a guardian thing, but it's all good. Jethro's doing great. Jethro's fine.
Absolutely.
I will go in and put a hurt on it.
Okay. So one of the things is you've got close quarters discipline, so I think you can get in even with your chainsword in close combat and not have to worry about hitting Jethro unless you fumble.
Okay.
Sound fair?
I'm honestly not that worried about it.
Oh yeah.
But thanks
Yeah.
for letting me know.
Okay.
Chainsword.
Let's have you make that roll.
Oh, it's not nearly as good as normal.
I will make its dodge.
That is
Oh,
two levels of success. Oh man, that looks like a mighty fine dodge.
Yeah, did
He
not
said
dodge your
sarcastically.
roll. So 2 levels plus 6, so 8. So it will take 6. So it is still up.
Dang it.
You kind of come across it with that thing, and probably push it closer to Jethro. But I assume, because we're at the start of this combat round, if Jethro would be attacked, if he is still alive, you wish to do Guardian on this round?
Correct.
Okay. All right. But we'll see. Mad Fist and Sabian may take care of it or may shoot their
Sure they
friend.
will. I trust them.
Mad Fist.
Yeah, no, I'm probably gonna shoot my friend. It's fine.
Okay. All right.
Fine. I could, cause no, I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot it. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what's happening here. Where is my? There it is. Here comes the roll. I only have 1 point of fate left. This is terrible. Oh!
Do you want to spend a fate point and re-roll that? Your last
Yes.
fate point? Okay.
I will spend the last fate point.
Okay.
All right, here it goes. Did it go?
Not yet.
No? Okay, hang on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So you shoot straight through Greco, the robot, and Jethro?
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
This is crazy.
So
This rules. This absolutely rules.
Let me check the fumble table here.
This is terrible.
Okay.
Can I use my +1 superiority to reduce my fumble?
No. But that was a really good try. I appreciate that. Appreciate asking for that.
You got Lowell cracking open the book now to see what to do.
So roll a d10.
Okay.
If you roll a 4+ on a d10, then you don't get a fumble.
1d10. Right on the nose.
Oh, yeah. So you don't roll on the fumble table. which has lots of delicious results to it.
Whew.
So yeah, you go wide from your position in cover there. Sabion, this thing is still up. It's up by Jethro. Jethro is panicked. He's hurt. Greco's hit it hard. Mathis is fired and missed. What do you do?
How, like, is it over Jethro? Like, just if someone was gonna drop a giant piece of spaceship on it, would it also kill Jethro or just the Necron?
I depend on what you rolled.
Got it. Wait, is Greco too close?
Greco's right up there too.
Oh, okay.
But Greco's
mean,
a survivor. It's fine.
Jethro was specifically called out as screaming for his life, and Greco's just mowing shit down with the chainsaw. So I wasn't as worried about him.
Can't believe that one jumped over and just why don't he take his medicine?
All right. Well, I don't want to kill any of my teammates here. So, I am still gonna. No. When do I have to make my nasty? I've taken too much warp. Is that at threshold or after threshold?
When you have passed your threshold.
Great. Gosh, I really do like the idea of dropping something on. Nah, I mean, I'm gonna drop something on its head.
Do it.
Do it.
Drop
Do
something.
it.
Go.
Do it.
Do
Uh,
grab
break it.
like one of these pieces of machinery that's there.
So specifically, I'm thinking the part that I had established, the gun ricocheting off of during the dodge. It's been loosened, and I'm going to pull that down on its head.
Okay.
With a little bit of impelling.
All right. So the impel for you is rolled with a plus 20. Let me
85. Shush, Jethro. Do you want to be crushed? What now?
What is that you rolled?
Oh, it's a
there?
1.
It's a 1. So that
I'm going to use a fate point.
So impel repels objects, cumbrance unless target a creature. So you know what? That's a critical. So normally this would just knock it back. Like that's what that would do.
I'm not aiming at it. I'm using the object encumbrance less than or equal.
So I think that we'll see you fling that into it, knock it back, and pin it to the wall through the rib cage there. And that chunk of metal will pin it to the wall. And there's a moment when it's kind of like a bug on a needle. It'll squirm for a bit and then. So this was very loud down here, by the way.
Yep.
It turns out my chainsword has a tag on it and it says loud.
Yeah, and so do the las guns.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's take 5 and
So
then
does
we'll come
Jethro
back.
screaming.
Yes, and the screams.
I'm sure what I was doing was not loud.
Yeah. Take 5. We'll come back and we'll see what happens here.
Awesome.
So you are a ways into this ship. That Santa has to carry down there, but then it has to also go up that tunnel. But everything you did was loud. So right now, there is probably a clock that is started on things. You will realize that you've taken up some time. There is a chance that someone has heard this. Not a huge chance, but there's a chance that someone has heard this. So the question is what you all want to do. Do you want to continue to press on and look for stuff? Or do you want to fall back and get the hell out of Dodge?
So first question, if we're just trying to ruin this dig, I feel like mission accomplished, right? Like that. There's Necrons in this ship. Things are scary, like with the rumors.
I agree, but I think we can make it worse. And then get the hell off this ship.
Am I just a quick question for Jethro? Is he still afraid? Does he need it like a beat to clear it?
I just need you to make a discipline check and not critically fail.
Oh,
Because
interesting.
So
here's the thing is if you miss your discipline check by 4 success levels or more, you're going to run out of here now.
Perfect. That's
before you
exactly
do
what
that,
Mhm.
I come over after impaling this thing and help you up and kind of whisper in your ear, the next time you wonder why I'm on the team. And I just point at the thing and give you a pat on the back. So I'll help if I can.
Okay.
So you want me to be frightened of Sabian now? Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
You want me to switch it over? Okay.
Shift that. So
That's right.
Are
roll
you
with
scared
advantage.
of a las gun?
Scared of that las gun. A 28 is I fail my discipline by 2, but you said I
Yes.
just don't need to fail.
But that is fine. I think that you will shake it off and you don't run away. I think that you are like Sabian brings you back to focus.
Can we, now that we know there are Necrons here,
Mhm.
I have explosives. There's maybe a functional plasma rifle still around. Can we rig up something to wake up the rest of the Necrons and then get the hell off this ship?
Whoa.
That's awesome.
I'm all on. Yeah. Whatever we got to do, that sounds rad as hell.
You could certainly try.
I'm all for trying.
It's going to be difficult because you don't know what this ship is about. You don't know. They've been trying to bust through these doors and things.
Right.
It was the Voltons have not been able to get through, but you might be able to stop the explosives and at the very least maybe wake up some other ones.
Right, yeah. I think I want to get, I just want to wake up some Necrons and have them start patrolling, start moving around.
Yeah. So I think that the one thing I will say is if you set off explosives down here, you're going to want to put it on a timer, right?
Yes.
Radio, because you want to get out of here.
Yeah, we want to get out of here. Yes.
Okay. So absolutely. Let's have you make a tech roll for me, Madfist.
Oh no.
So y'all might want to clear or start moving that way. I'm all out of fate points.
If someone wants to help you,
I got you. Come on, Matt. It's just like the old days.
All right, let's do this.
Never cut the red wire.
Oh, neither of you have advances in tech. Wow.
No, we're fighting.
We decided to develop ourselves along a certain line.
That's right. I thought that was Jethro's thing.
Come on now.
Let's have you
32
roll.
is what we need.
Soiled his armor.
So close. With advantage, that becomes 34, though, right?
Yep.
Yes. So here is the thing I think that you will realize is you don't have a timer. You've got radio controlled stuff here. And the problem is that it's pretty short range and the stuff is bouncing around in here. So you would have to set it off pretty close to where you're at. You can't like get out of here and have it go off.
Right.
So that is the potential cost here.
I've also got something I want to do down here while they're.
Well, we'll let Madfist and Greco consider their options. What do you want to do while you're down here, Sabian?
Well, I realized a really nice side effect of purging my charge is that it creates psychic phenomena in the area that it is done.
Yeah.
Which, if we are trying to manifest a haunting, nice little benefit.
Absolutely. I can't remember. Is that a rolled thing to purge?
It is.
Okay.
If I'm in an encounter, it's challenging. Outside of an encounter, it's routine.
Oh, so roll plus 20.
Fantabulous. Maybe. Whew, okay. So that'll get me down to 0, but we've got to roll on the table.
So how many charges were you shedding there?
It's willpower plus success level, so it's 4.
So you've how many had you built up? What had you built up for?
It was 4, yeah.
Okay, so 4 you'll clear. So go ahead and
It's a
roll
D100, right?
plus 40.
73.
73.
That's plus 40. There is nothing.
Hmm?
I'm looking at the psychic phenomena chart, and it says 68 to 70, and the next entry is
Oh, yeah.
74 to
It
70.
actually is there's 72 to 76. That's the earlier PDF that's incorrect. They corrected that for the book. So this will create a permanent place of forgetfulness. It is difficult to recall most facts within this area, and spending more than an hour there will cause someone to forget something substantial.
Fantastic.
So this zone around where these broken up Necrons are has been charged with the powers of the warp and creating that zone of forgetfulness.
Don't forget what you do with the explosives, though. You should.
Are they broken up enough for me to have a souvenir head?
I think that Greco specifically described cutting off one of their heads.
Nice. All right. Done deal.
That's
These
probably
radio
worth money to some collector. You know that.
Yeah. These radio explosives, what if we set them up? Is my firing range greater than the radio range? Can I shoot it and make it go off? And is that further than my radio range?
Well, here's the thing is you can do that, but you'll still be down here when the explosion goes off. And you still have to get out of here. So yes, you could do that.
I don't know. What do you think, Greco?
What are we doing here?
My thought was to make this situation worse. I think when they come down here, and if they see these broken up Necrons, that might be enough. I was just trying to turn it up to 11 by setting off explosives, trying to wake up more Necron. So they're actually active and up and moving around. But we're not down here when that's happening.
But you've got to be so close that you're going to be in it, or whoever sets it off is going to be in it.
Yeah. Well, it's more importantly that when that
Tripwire?
explosion goes off while you're down here,
Mhm.
then that's going to carry. That sound is definitely going to carry. And people are going to come down here and investigate and
Right.
come down the
Well,
path that you would have to go back up.
Right.
Tripwire?
I don't think you all have the tech for that right now, given that role and given your tech.
Okay. Fair. I told you, Memphis, we need to get tripwires. Next
No,
time.
You're right. So I think we leave it as it is and get out of here.
Okay. So you will leave a number of busted up Necrons down here. Some
Sam's
last
ahead.
fire, Chaz, chainsword marks on the wall. One of the heads is missing. And you will scoot out of there. And we will see you all make your way back to the lift. I don't think I want to make you make a roll, given how badly you rolled before.
Thank you.
I think
No.
we'll see you all catch that lift up, make your way back up top, and you can slide back out to your bikes. Question is, do you want to head back to town? Do you want to remain here to watch what happens? Do you want to go and check out what's going on with the orcs?
I mean, I want to see what happens.
That
How
consensus?
else we going to
Yeah.
know if we did a good job?
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm for sticking around a bit to make sure
Yeah, that's
it
fair.
looks like it worked.
So I think you will be watching, and you will see that the Votons and Klassikov and some of his people will go down into the mines. The convoy with the other workers is loading up and heading out, and everybody else is kind of watching around and waiting. And they are down there for a while. And when they come back up, everyone looks very somber. And Klassikov will say, kind of pulls out one of those Vox casters, the loudspeaker things, and says, from this point forward, the Votons will be handling all digs down below the surface. Everyone up here will continue on doing some reinforcing and so on in preparation for the next stage of the dig. And it looks like people can tell that something has happened, but they
Right.
don't know what. And it looks like the Votan and Klassikov have come to some kind of understanding for the moment. And they will begin to get back to work. And I think that's where we're going to stop for today. We will take up with that. We can either cut back to the town, or we can cut out to you hunting people down, or whatever you want to do after nightfall here, and take up with that. And we'll also figure out if anybody has Medicaid, so that you can heal up Jetro.
He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be
yeah.
fine.
It's all fine. It's all fine. So you do get experience by session, as it turns out, rather than by mission. So I didn't do that last time. So do that, and experience ranges anywhere from 50 to 100 XP. So I'm going to say that you all get another 200 XP in your kitty if you want to spend that between now and next time.
Nice.
Nice.
Would like to do a quick stars and wishes. Starting with the star of the show, Sabian.
Really enjoyed the sneaky plan that Greco had of throwing other people under the bus, and seeing all of the contributions meshing together to be one. I mean, until Necron showed up, coherent plan. And we beat him, so that was good. We came very close to a vortex of doom. But we had Greco and Mad Fist before me, and they were taking shit out, and I was like, oh, okay, this is a winnable situation. I don't need to go nuclear at this
I had
point.
no idea.
I was in my character space there. I was like, what would she do if she'd like this space rat kid has no idea what's going on. My goodness. Yeah, and I mean, I don't have any particular wishes, I guess,
Okay.
except that you throw some more things at us like that, and I eventually have to crack. And
Okay.
I'm gonna up my my willpower with some of that XP. So
Okay.
hopefully I won't have to use as many fate points to avoid killing us all.
Yeah. So there's another Necron out and around. You know that.
Right. Yes.
You know that the Votan are probably on edge. Whatever deal they've cut is probably not the most secure thing possible. And there's some orcs out there as well. And so there's a question about that. And of course, if there's somebody who's betraying somebody out there in the various, anyway. Oh, and the psyker hunter. Yeah, there's also that too. Mad Fist.
Oh man. I think I'm with Keith. I liked We had a plan. We were all moving together. Everything was coming together. It felt like the A-team. Our dice rolls were there, and then Cody said that thing, right? And then the Necron showed up, and then that was fantastic. This was awesome. Yeah, if I've got wishes, just keep doing this. This was
Okay.
a great session. I loved it.
Cody.
Yeah, the wish is for more of that. The spookiness of getting into the ship, the doling out of clues of like, oh, they're hollowed out, another body's found. Like, I was really getting into that space of like, oh, this is scary and we shouldn't be here.
That's
And
right.
and the whole time I'm thinking, I'm like, Lowell, I'm just like, it's a Xeno ship. What's going to be in there? What's going to be in there? And you said black steel, and I was like, oh no, I don't want it to be this. And so that tension ratcheting up was so cool. To then have 3 of them right there, I was like, this is insane. We're all gonna die. So I wish for more of that, because it was awesome to see everybody jump into gear and like really like Rich being able to use what Greg was really good at and just crush.
Oh yeah,
these
that
things.
chainsaw was fucking
It was
awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
that was
so it's like I
awesome.
want to
Yes.
see more of that. Jay and Rich, both their characters are like specced out for combat. I want to see them blowing Necron heads up from the hillside. I still want to see that orc. There are orcs, guys. We know that, and I still want to see that biker orc fight. So that's that. And I guess I said my stars in there as well. The tension ratcheting up, and yes, the absolute swing of these dice from multiple ones to like 99s, 100s, 98s. It was incredible that
Yeah.
it was just all over the place like that. It was awesome.
Awesome. And Greco.
So, Rich, I'll say one of my stars is watching Jay and Cody's reaction to the description of the Necrons, because I mean, D&D skeletons ain't no thing, so I knew that there had to be stuff, and you referenced a picture, and I went, and I'm like, oh, that looks like some, but the 2 of them told me all I needed to know. That was delightful. Definitely a pro to having folks who know the lore. Really enjoyed Sabion and the exploration, Jethro's terror, Mad Fists. Let's just go a little further. Let's push it a little further. Push it a little bit further. All that was interesting and tense. It's the layout for this mission.
Rich locked up.
And he was getting
The
good
Necrons
too.
got him. The
I thought
Necrons
it
got
was a
him.
dramatic
Very
pause. I was like, wow.
sandboxy.
Oh, we
and
lost you a
I
little bit there.
appreciate that you early. Son of a gun. Okay, I have no idea.
We're
What was
back.
the last thing I said that you heard? Can you hear
You
me?
appreciate
about
something about a
this mission-
sandbox. Yeah.
Okay. So sandbox, appreciate that you lit several fuses early on to give us things to go to, and there was this weird shuttle race of like the orc riders, the new ship that's landed, the Voton, and it was all interesting things. But I will be honest, like at the initial point, I'm like, oh God, this sounds hard because I don't know which is the right way to go. So it worked out, and I appreciate that. That's mostly from playing with a really good group. I'm now checking to make sure nobody freezes on me because now I'm terrified that I'm gonna have internet connection issues. Oh, stop it, Coyote. And Necrons ain't no thing. Like, I don't know why you guys are so scared. They were chumps. Kind of easy, really. Like space skeletons. I messaged my wife. She was about to go to bed. Hey, is the game going all right? Yeah, I hacked up some space skeletons. Did they have any treasure? No. What a rip. So good stuff. Wishes. Yeah, like some exfiltration problems will be cool. I think you've already set up and telegraphed several of them, and I think it'll be fun to run into those. Leaving hot sounds fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I want to check to make sure everybody's cool with me posting a video.
Absolutely.
Okay. Awesome. Then I'm going to stop the recording.